Um, Take two to what if Deku had ice make magic? I tried to record this earlier, but it was just too loud, and now there's a little bit of quiet. It's quiet in my house, so I must record it now while I can. So, how this is gonna work is, um, um, I'm gonna make this. Well, it's gonna be magic. It's not gonna be a quirk. So Deku, he goes to the quirk doctor. The doctor says he's quirkless, but like Deku, he's sad about this, but he's determined to become a hero, so he trains in the mountains, and he runs into this woman, and I don't remember her name. Like the woman that taught Gray ice magic, I don't remember her name, but yeah, Deku meets her, and she teaches Deku ice make magic, and yeah, Deku will learn to do everything that Gray can. Like he can make shields, weapons. He can make ice clones of himself. What else? I must say that he can make pillars of ice. So he can he can make a pillar and like make it attack people, I guess. And he can control the temperature of the ice and how durable it is. And yeah. So, and he wouldn't have to say ice make, like what Gray says, like ice make shield. He wouldn't have to say that. He would just like put his hands together and the thing that he wants to make would appear. So yeah. So yeah, that's why he's training. He would take off his shirt like how Gray does, but he wouldn't take off his pants because I don't want him to have that. So yeah, like when he trains, he has his shirt off. And yeah. So I must say that Deku, he doesn't go to the school, like the same school as Bakugo. He would go to the one where Todoroki is, and he would meet Todoroki a lot sooner, and they would, I must say that they would be friends, but they would also kind of be rivals because, like, they both have ice quirks, but also that Todoroki has fire, but he only uses his ice. Which Deku knows that Todoroki is the son of Endeavor, the number 2 hero. And he doesn't ask Todoroki why he doesn't use this. He uses fire. So, and yeah. And so it's the start of the anime. Deku, he has been training for like 10 years. Yeah, because there were 14 when the anime started. So he had been training for 4 years. I mean, not 4 years, 10 years. So he's pretty good at handling the magic. And yeah, Deku, he has the same like the same hairstyle as Gray, not like in the picture like regular Gray. Like he has the same hair color. And yeah. And he's taller. He's like the same height as I must say Ida. Yeah, he's as tall as Ida. So, and the teacher comes in the class, and since this is not the same school as Bakugo, he tells everyone about who's going to UA and other people where they're going. And the teacher says that Todoroki and Midoriya also both of them want to go to UA. And everyone, they're not shocked because both, like, all of them think that they're both the strongest. And like half of the school thinks that like Deku's the strongest, and like the other half thinks like Todoroki is the strongest because he's only using half of his power and he can put up a good fight against Deku. So yeah. And so Deku and Todoroki would be talking about going to UA. And yeah, Deku leaves and he says goodbye to Todoroki. Also Todoroki would have a stronger like a better way to use his ice. He would be able to shape it more instead of like letting out like icebergs and stuff like that. So he would learn how to shape it because Deku taught him how to. And yeah. So Deku since he lives in like a different neighborhood, the sludge villain attack doesn't help it happen. And yeah. All Might catches the sludge villain, so it doesn't happen. So so Deku, he's just walking around around town, just getting food for his for the week, and he hears an explosion. He goes, checks it out, and he sees like the sludge villain and attacking this kid, and he sees the pros are not doing anything, and he asks them like, why aren't you doing anything? That kid needs help. And the heroes say like, oh, we don't have the right quirks to help him. And Deku just sighs, and he drops his bags because he was carrying like fruit, like food in them. Like he sets them down and he starts running, and he just lets off like cold air around him, like around his body, and that's just like putting out the fires. And he freezes the sludge villain, but he doesn't freeze Bakugo because he only wanted the ice to freeze the sludge villain and not Bakugo. And then the heroes congratulate him, like saying like, you have a strong quirk. And Deku would say thank you, and they were like, the news people would start interviewing him and like asking him like what's his name and what's his quirk. Deku would say like, I'm Izuku Midoriya and my quirk is Ice Make. And yeah, Deku would leave. All Might would stop him. And he would ask Deku like, what's your name? And like he asked Deku if he wants his quirk. Deku, he would accept it, and All Might would start training Deku for the next 10 months. But not like at like they would still train at Deku Beach, but since Deku, he's been training like for 10 years, he's already really he's really strong, and he has he's just very strong. His body is ready. So All Might just gives him the quirk, one for all, and Deku, like from the start, he can use like 15%, and Namaste he can use 20%. He can use 20% like when he got the quirk, and for the next 10 months he would train with All Might, and yeah. So Deku will learn how to make the purple ice that Gray made, like King Gray used during he used it during like the fight where he fought Natsu, like in his demon form and all that. Deku would have the devil slaying form, like what Gray had, like what Gray is like right now in the picture, like he's like half of his body is like covered in black. And yeah, he would get that, but just later on in the story. So after the 10 months, Deku, he's like 4 times that he was in canon. And after the 10 months, he would be able to control, I'm gonna say 40%, like 45 or 43. No, 45%, which is kind of a lot, but I kind of want to make Deku OP in this one. So yeah. So Deku would be able to control 45% of One For All. And he would start working on his devil slaying form. Like his devil slaying powers, I guess. So it's the entrance exam. Deku aces the written test. And now it's the start of the robot test. Deku gets ready. President Mike says go. And Deku, he powers up to like 15% of One For All. And like I must say like light blue lightning, like kind of like in the background, like that kind of color lightning is coming off of Deku. And so he's just running. He ran past Ida. He started destroying robots by punching them and kicking them. And yeah. He would also use his ice, so he would he would freeze the robots and then punch them and they would just shatter. And then after a while, he would rack up, let's say, 70 points. And then the 0-pointer comes. Deku, he was about to run, but then he sees Uraraka trapped under the rubble. Then he starts running towards the robot. He jumps using 20% of One For All and like covering his hand, like his whole arm in ice to make it harder, so the punch would be more effective. Then he punches it. It would be like a little like the impact would be a little bit bigger than it was in canon. The only difference is that Deku's like legs and arm aren't broken. So yeah, Deku, as he's falling, he would make a slide. So he would get to the ground safely, and he would help Uraraka, and he would take her to Recovery Girl. And yeah. So that like a week, he's training for a week to wait for his acceptance letter. So he's just training. He works on his his devil slaying magic and One For All, and combining both of them. And yeah, he gets the letter. It's All Might, and he's like saying congratulations, you got top in the entrance exam. Like you managed to get 130 points in total, 70 attack points, and 60 rescue points. And yeah. So it's the first day of school. Deku's just walking. He sees Todoroki. Like he walks into class and then he sees Todoroki. And he would walk up to him. They would do like their secret handshake or whatever. They would start talking. Then he would sit down. Uraraka would come up to him and say like, "Thank you for saving me." And yeah, Mr. Aizawa would come in. He would say, "It took you guys 6 seconds to shut up. Meet me outside and put these uniforms on." So they're outside. Aizawa would throw Deku the ball. And he would say, "Throw this softball and use your quirk." So Deku would he would power up to 40% of One For All, and like start like frost would start coming out of him because of his ice magic. It combined with One For All. So yeah, like frost and electricity would start coming out like around him, and he will throw the ball. He would get I would just say 1,000 meters. Yeah, 1,000 meters. Yeah. Then the whole test goes like the same, except that Deku gets first or second, and he places first overall. And yeah, I'm gonna end it off here. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.